a biodiverse country full of culture. With so much to offer, it's hard to choose where to go in Turkey. That's why I made a list of my favorite places to help you plan your trip and give you tips on how to see all these places in one trip. No trip to Turkey would be complete without a trip to Istanbul. There's deep history everywhere you look, and the sights here are endless. You have the beauty and architect of the Blue Mosque, the history of the Hagia Sophia, the Topkapi Palace, the Basilica Sistine, the obelisk of Theodos, taken from Egypt in 390 AD, Independence Avenue with their music, parties, and food, fresh fish from the Galata Bridge, the Galata Tower, the Turkish baths, the whirling dervishes, and the markets of the Grand Bazaar. A nice place to find some spices and Turkish delights. Most of the items in the markets and food around the area is geared towards tourists, but if you journey off the main path just a little, you'll find some real Turkish food, and then you're in for a real treat. This soup we found in the back alley was 200 times better than anything else I tried in Turkey. Also, one of the best dishes I've ever had in life, period. Cappadocia. This vast area has much to explore. Find a nice town to stay in, such as Goremi, and stay in the ancient caves or in the fairy chimneys themselves. These rock formations were made into houses many years ago, and now you can stay in one as a guest. The area is also home to many underground cities, some that could hold a population of 20,000 people. You can explore some of the underground cities such as Derinkanyu at your own leisure, and maybe get a little lost. Others, like Kaymakke, you have to take a guide. Either way, it is amazing to see these wonderful underground cities. The area is also home to hidden churches that the Christians used many years ago to hide from persecution. Some towns have large fairy chimneys called fairy castles. These are also very fun to explore. Go off the path just a little and find stuff the tourists barely see. I drove down a dirt road till I could drive no more, then hiked into a valley till I found fairy chimney after fairy chimney. Some were easy to climb into, others required a little skill. All of them were empty and haven't been touched in years. PAMUKKALE, meaning Cotton Castle in Turkish, is home to both the large white terraces and the ancient city of Hierapolis, meaning Holy City. The white terraces are naturally made from travertine that comes out of the hot springs in the area. It is a beautiful place to relax in the hot springs and watch the sunset. Sitting on top of the white terraces is the ancient city of Hierapolis, where the hot springs were used as a spa since 2nd century BC. There are many old baths in the city, plus a magnificent looking theater. Ephesus, once the capital of Roman Asia Minor, the 4th largest Roman city and one of the largest Roman archaeological sites. The site is a favorite for many visitors as you can explore these magnificent ruins. MARMARIS. The other side of the Mediterranean, the cheaper side, Want to learn how to scuba, go snorkeling, hang out at the beach, get on a party boat, or explore a very active nightlife? This is the town to do it. The best way to see all these places would be to land in Istanbul, explore the city, then take a plane to the Cappadocia region, where you can rent a car for cheap and explore all you want. Then from there you could drive to PAMUKKALE, then drive to EPHESUS, and then to the beach towns. From there you could take a boat to Greece, or fly back to Istanbul. I like the road trip the best because you get to see the real Turkey in between these tourist destinations, like how instead of fast food, many people will put a picnic blanket in the shade of a tree on the side of the road and eat. And you will find areas like this in the mountains, where you can stop, wash your feet, eat grapes, and tea made on a wooden stove. You also get to visit some of the less known ruins, like EPHESUS, where the Temple of Aphrodite is. The downside is, driving in Turkey is crazy. For example, the speed limit on most roads is 50 miles an hour, 80 kilometers an hour. I drove 100 miles per hour, 160k, and people are still flying by me. Most of these towns can be reached by bus or plane for very cheap as well, and some via train. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you want more info and tips on traveling, be sure to subscribe. Follow me on social media and check out my website, ryksvideo.com. If you want some sweet merchandise, there will be a link in the description below, as well as a link to the gear and equipment I use. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.